Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, as you can tell. um it actually, I took a lot of thought into having another channel because I felt like this could be my little journal, and like a little journal where I can just video myself and talk about the experiences that I've been through, and maybe might help somebody else out there who's gone through similar thing or same thing. So I went for a walk, I came back, and now I'm having a cup of tea, relaxing. um um I've got other YouTube channels too. So I've got, this is my fourth one I've decided to make because I wanted a more private. I know if it becomes more popular later, it might not be private, but I wanted to just let my feelings and my experience out there. It's a separate thing and it's different, and as you can tell from the channel's name, you'd understand. If you've clicked on this channel, you would know, or you've at least come across a narcissist in your lifetime. Okay. I don't know, I am. Okay, so I've got a spiritual channel also that's called Coach Namio. I'll try and put a thing here or under the description box to show you my other channels, because why not? If you feel like I can help you in your spiritual world, or you can learn something from me, check out my other YouTube channel. And I do have other channels too, but I think those are the main ones that I think I am more interested in. I'm not saying that I'm not interested in the other ones, but they are more family related and things like that. And yeah, anyways, I just want to jump straight into it and talk. This probably might be a long video depending on how I feel. I'm just going with the flow, like there is no rush for me. There is nothing. I'm looking down here actually because I've got a pen and pen and a paper, and I'm just writing down my thoughts. Let me start with the reason why I was inspired to start this YouTube is because it's something that not many people, it is out there, but not many people really pay attention to, especially like when you have met a narcissist, and not many people can tell what is a narcissist, or what do you mean by this person is a narcissist, because narcissists have two faces, the hide behind a mask. So even if you tell someone this person is a narcissist or this person is not really a good person, they'll be like, what do you mean? They just bought me groceries last week, or they've really helped me out on my homework, or they've done a great thing to me, so I can't imagine them being a bad person. So you end up looking like the bad person. That's when you know you're dealing with a narcissist, because they end up doing Mother Teresa work in the community, so people can be like, oh, this is a nice person, or this guy looks very quiet, or vice versa. This girl looks like a quiet girl, she doesn't talk, she doesn't have any issues. I know. And another thing I want to share with you is that being to me, I'm a very strong, what do you call it, I'm not bragging, but like I feel like not many women, like not many people would like catch, I wouldn't say catch, like recognize a narcissist until the brain is completely gone, or they can't function properly anymore, if you know what I mean. If you probably have gone through that, thinking you're crazy, thinking, did I just hear what he said, even though you feel like recording the person, because they'll say one thing and then they'll tell another person another thing, and then you feel like, why? I'm sure you told me you like blue. No, I don't mind wearing blue, but you see them wearing blue quite a lot, or something like that. Like they don't add up. That's when you know someone's fucking up with your mind. Sorry for my language. That's when you know someone's just is trying to fuck up with your mind, and it's consistent, you know. If you really pay attention and listen, you know. So my first experience knowing a narcissist, I would say I didn't know he was a narcissist, because nobody goes into, until you experience one, then you become like guarded, I guess. I should say, first of all. I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissist, because like at first it seemed normal, like anybody else. You think they're curious, until the years come by, you start to, you know, understand that this person is not quite normal. There's something not quite right about them, and that's exactly how I got to experience one. In the beginning, I would say they seem very interested in you, and they seem to be curious, I should say, and like a genuine person. You know how they play their games. They'll be like love bombing you. Or what I mean by love bombing you is like especially if they're looking into the whole relationship. If you met a guy and he's looking for that type of relationship, let me get to it. And that's one of my first experience. They'll probably like, you know, talk to you, ask about your day, might send you a good morning text, how are you, what did you do, what did you eat, oh, what do you like. Conversation just flows back and forth. And one thing that I noticed, like, even no matter what they're doing, they always seem to know how to still talk to you, whether they're so busy or not. They still find the time to like get to know you. Okay, everything goes really, really fast. That's what I wanted to say. They seem to be too good to be true. Like, if you want anything, they'll be there for you. If you need something, oh, are you okay? Da, da, da. It seems like just over the top. Not completely, but like, this person is really into me. You feel like they're really into you, you know? So wanting to know everything about you in a fast period of time. Yeah, so they'll just seem to, they'll text you or ask you, let's hang out, let's do this, that. And that's how my first experience started. And then after that, one day, I think I was with the person, like, you just get that intuition, instinct feeling, like, I feel like this guy's lying to me, or something doesn't add up. Like, he might tell you, oh, I'm busy, like, I gotta go help my friend, or I gotta go do this, do that, like, and you're like, okay, that's fine. You think it's important or whatever. All of a sudden, from love and doing all these good things, they start to back off a little bit, you know. That I'm just basing it off my experience. Everybody's different. You've got the, you know, every narc is different, narcissist. So at least it's good to put out there the different types, so you know, find out which one you're dealing with, right? Why not? So so eventually the person had to travel, and like they would, you know, still continue texting and things like that. I personally, from a Leo's, you know, we Leos, I mean, depending on what type of Leo you are, again, Leos can be also different. I don't like to, like, if I see a guy not too interested, I don't like to be like, hey, da 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 da. Like, it's like, I'm the prize. If you like me, you like me. I don't have to be chasing you. And, you know, and you reach a certain age in your life as a female, from dating through your younger years, you understand how men's nature are. And, you know, for me, I just thought, okay, this guy is probably taking too long, and if he travels, I don't know if he's coming back, let me move on with my life. Not a narcissist wouldn't let go of a very valuable person to them quite easily. They don't let you go. They're like spiders. They put webs and then catch you and then play with you a bit and then eat you later, probably suck your blood, whatever. So he was like, as soon as he noticed that I was losing interest, he started, hey, yeah, sorry, I've been really busy, you know what it's like, you know, when you travel to another country, you get to hustle a lot and do this. And I was like, oh, that's okay. In that time, I was like thinking, maybe I should like someone else. Maybe I should start going out and meet other people, because there was no title for the relationship that we're going to. And yeah, another thing, they either ask you out or they either just go with the flow. So it just depends. With my experience, the guy I was dating at that time, he didn't really ask me out, but then the things we did is like we're in a relationship, like basically, let's go to the movies, let's go this. He pretty much asked me out without saying it, if that makes sense. I don't want to jump too fast. So when he asked me out, he didn't ask me out, so we got to know each other. After he came back from his trip, I was like still doing what I normally do, living my life, and then he tried to hit me up, hey, we should catch up, we should go to movies or do this. We started doing all those things like lovers, but we're not lovers. He didn't even ask me out. He just gave me the oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend kind of vibe. So I thought maybe we're legitimate, like as any girl would do at that time. I wasn't probably using my mind. So we continued talking, hanging out. I was working, doing whatever. And after that, let me drink my lemon tea. After that, he would, I noticed that like he'll come over, he'll sleep at my house. I only had like a 1-bedroom area. Like I didn't really have much at that time. And he would like come and stay over, come and talk to me a little bit. And one thing I noticed is he's on his phone quite a lot, I would say. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen. He was on his phone, but not like sometimes you leave the phone and have a conversation, but like always have to go back to the phone. How some people, I'm more of a face-to-face person. If I'm hanging around you, if it's not important, if I'm not working and it's not work, I don't have to be on my phone 24/7, Anyways, I noticed that, but I was like, it should have been a red flag, but I didn't think about it too much at that time. So he probably is texting 5 other females. You never know. And then what got me triggered was that those little excuses he started making was like, oh, I'm just a little busy, I gotta help out my friend, his car broke, or fixing a car, some bullshit. And then he would send me a picture of, like what seems like what he was doing. Probably his friend did it and he was somewhere else, who knows, or he was on the phone to another female, video call. You never know. You can't trust the narcissists, the liars. Anyways, he at that time I would say, oh, that's okay, you can go and hang out with your friend. Or if I got upset, I might not talk, I might not reply, because I'm like, okay, fine, and then I'll go do something else, hang out with family. And yeah, what I didn't notice was these were little things that he's trying to train me into. When I met him, after 2 weeks, actually I should say, into that, so this has been going on, let's say it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks past now. I didn't know he was still talking to his previous partner, ex-girlfriend / I don't know how their relationship dynamic was at that time. And I had also gotten out of a long-term relationship when I met him, which was a few months later. But I should have actually probably taken more time to just date myself. You know how you're meant to, every relationship you get out is better to take a bit of time to bring back your old self. I think I should have done that at that time, but hey, we all make mistakes. I shouldn't say that we all make sounds like a like, that time, I wasn't thinking, I was just like, yeah, didn't really care much about it because I was just trying to find myself probably. And yeah, let me tell you, so he came and told me about how, he ended stuff with his ex-girlfriend, and I wasn't sure whether, if he ended stuff, why do you need to tell me? Then that should have been just done and dusted. Little that I knew, they were still in contact, and long story short, so then I don't talk to him. I was like, oh, that's fine, if you guys are over, then that's okay. But I've been getting those hints, how when your instinct tells you when a guy is just like talking to somebody. You females know what I'm talking about. I just felt something isn't right. And one night after he came over to my house at 2 a.m, I woke up and I was like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, why? I'm like, I just feel like something's off. And he's like, no, nothing's off. I was like, He looked me dead in the eyes and said nothing was up. At that time, he was full on texting his ex. I found that later. Anyways, I should do a part 2 maybe into this. It's already 15 minutes. Okay, so at that time, I just let it go, you know, like anybody would think, okay, you know, maybe I'm just thinking, maybe I'm just cuckoo, you know. So I didn't think about it much. I went to work, we all, you know, did our own thing. And then I started to notice, you know, after we've been a bit into the relationship, like let's say 8 weeks now, I started to notice that like he'd be asking so much questions. He was asking questions in the beginning, but now it's like in depth. Why'd you break up with your ex? What wanted to know everything, but it's in depth. It's not like, oh, okay, cool, okay. But some people are like, what did you do? What did you eat? What did you like? That's how you know they really want to be in your business. Like, it doesn't really matter as long as you know, I didn't murder my ex-boyfriend, I didn't, you know, torture him and stuff like that. Then yeah, anybody can tell you the reason of their previous relationship, why it had not continued, why, you know, you've broken up. It doesn't have to be in details, in extreme details, you know what I mean? So that's when I was like, why is he asking me that? You know, again, with my stupid red flag mind that did not know this is narcissistic behavior. At that time, I didn't know. I was like, maybe he's just curious. Yeah, right. He wasn't curious. He wanted to know everything so he could use it against me one day. Okay, 10 weeks later on, I was at his house sitting down. Now here comes the very interesting part. You have to stay tuned for part 2. What I found out when I went to his house. Okay, because it's already 17 minutes, so I have to come back and do another video. Let me write it down. What I found at his house that day. Yep. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll be right back after this. I'll record another video.